Alright, so I'm going to go over the second spiral test here, the spiral test topic 1. I'll go over it with you for you to make corrections. So the first question is asking, here's the equation. What is the variables, coefficients, constants, degrees? So the variables are the letters. So therefore, here are my variables. Right there. So if I were to type it, my variables are y, I have x, and technically I have a x to the power 2, oops, x to the power 2, and a y to the power of 3, and lastly I have a x and y. My coefficients are the numbers in front of the variables. Oh, not that one. Let's back on there. And hypothetically, there is a 1 and a negative 1 there. Although I didn't take off a mark if you didn't get those ones. So this one was 3. Then I had this one being, this was 10, in comma negative 1 if you got that. And this one here was 2 in comma 1. Now the constants are the items that have, oops, I accidentally marked that one. But I didn't write it down. The constants are the numbers without variables, because it's constantly that number. It can't be anything different. So for this one, that is a 2, and that is a 5. And lastly, the degrees. If I go through this, I'm going to erase all of these here. Degrees is the number, the total number of exponents on the highest one. So this one, I just have one exponent there, so my degree here is just 1. Here, this degree is 1 for this term. This degree is 2 plus 3, so that is 5 for this term. And these are both 1, so the highest term is 1, therefore it's 1. And there's your answers. Now for the next one, like terms have the same variable and exponents. So there's 2 answers there. Expanding the equation requires you to do what operation? It is multiply. You rainbow in, you multiply in like such. Therefore, the bonus term I was looking for was, oops, my finger's in the wrong spot, rainbow. If I'm looking here at like terms, the only like terms here are these ones. They're the only ones with the same variable and exponent. These two have different exponents, and these two have different variables. This one here, there's actually 2 sets of like terms in here. There's that set, x, and there's the yz set, like such. Now, a monomial is 1 term, so I could do 2x. A binomial is 2 terms, so it's a 2x plus 3y. And a trinomial is 3 terms, so 2x plus 3y plus 10. That would be you could put anything in there. 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms. Now simplify the following expression. So right here we're just combining like terms. So if we identify the like terms, then we can just combine them. So if I were to type in here, that'd be 8x minus 3x plus 4 plus 12. So 8 minus 3 is 5x. And add those two together is plus 16. And this one here, the second one here, just has a little couple more terms. So I have x squared negative 4x squared. I have negative x and 19x. And then I have negative 15 and positive 10. So I like to do is I like to group everything together again and write out everything next to each other. So this is x squared, and it's only big because it's the front of the, oops, that's not square, minus 4x squared. Then we have plus 19x minus x. I flipped those two around. No reason at all. I just read the 19 before, but it doesn't matter. Oops, I have cap lock on. And then I have minus 15 plus 10. Doesn't matter what order it goes into. Now these here, 1x squared minus 4x squared is negative 3x squared. Then 19 minus 1 is 18x. And then negative 15 plus 10 is plus 5. So if I go back to my highlighting, these two combine to make this number. These two here combine to make this number. And we're combining these two terms here to make this number. Now this here, expand and simplify. So this is where we're doing the rainbowing. So we're going to multiply in this number times this number, and the number is going to distribute through the bracket. So negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. We have x. Negative 4 times negative 10 is positive 40. And negative 4 times negative 1, because there is a negative 1 in front of there, is positive 4y. And that's it. Now this one here, we're going to have to distribute, then collect like terms. So, if we do the first one here, 4 times 2 is 8, add the x. 4 times 3 is 12. Negative 3 times 10 is negative 30. Negative 3 times negative 3 is plus 9x. Then I can collect my like terms. So I'm just going to highlight my collect terms here. So I have my x's and I have my non-x's. You have to make sure you get those signs in with it. So my next one here is, I'll rewrite it, 8x plus 9x plus 12 minus 30. So that's going to equal 17x minus 18. And then we are done. Some people made errors because they were switching signs, but there's no equal sign here. So we have to go back and forth. Equal sign is now down here. So this one we need to isolate the x. So we need to move everything that doesn't have a variable to the other side. So we're going to move this over here. Now if you recognize it, it's a negative on this side, and whenever anything crosses over the equal sign, it does the opposite. Or if you want to add 12 to this side and add 12 this side, these two will cancel and you're left with the exact same thing. So if we take a look here, we have the 4x's, which is already there, equals, and I always write down what we have already, and then the negative 12 is now a plus 12. Right? So I'm going to be left with 4x equals 17. Now we have to move that 4 over. We'll move this 4 over. So on this side it was a multiply, on this side it's going to be divide. And if you want to think about it like I divide this side by 4 and divide this side by 4, it's perfectly fine. So we end up with x equals 17 over 4. Now for all you people that hate having fraction, yes it is 4.25, but I'm fine with having a fraction. So let's go down here first. Now we have x's on both sides now. So first thing I want to do is I want to collect like terms on each side. Just on each side. So not across yet, because I only like to move one thing. So on the left hand side, I have 3x plus 2x, which is going to equal 5x. and then I have the +3 still there. The opposite side, I have a 32 and an 11. So let's combine those. So that's going to equal negative 5x plus, what's that, 43? Right? Plus 10 plus 1. Now I can start moving stuff around. Now I'm going to leave this 5x here because it's larger and bring this 5 over here. So that's going to leave me with 5x, which is really here. And then negative 5 is coming over, so it's going to be positive 5x, which equals 43 since it's already over here. And then plus 3 is coming over, so when it crosses over the equal sign, it's going to do the opposite. So then we're at 10x equals 40. And lastly, we have to get rid of the 10, so we're going to divide by the coefficient. So that's going to be x equals 4. So right here, we're dividing by 10. Divide by 10. Or if you think about it, it's a multiply on this side, so when it comes over, it becomes a division. So now, we're up here. This is the hardest one. We have brackets here. So first thing we have to do with the brackets is distribute. Now we have to distribute the negative 1 here and distribute this. So first up, we have 2 times 3, which is 6x minus 15 equals, now the x is already there, so I'm just going to leave it there. And that's negative 1 times 3, which is negative 3x. Negative 1 times 7 is negative 7. Now I'm going to combine like terms on the right-hand side, just to make it a little simpler, so it's negative 2x minus 7. Then let's rearrange. So I'm going to bring, this over to this side. I'm going to bring this over to this side. So that is going to equal, so it's going to be, I already have the 6x over here, and the negative 2 is coming over, so it's going to become positive, equals, oh, I forgot, no I didn't, negative 7 is already over here, and we're going to add 15. Since it was negative on that side, it becomes positive, I knew I forgot something. This is going to equal 8x. Oh, I did miss something. I missed it right here. I missed this negative 8 that was hanging out here. Negative 8. So I'm going to move this. I knew my answer didn't look right. 6x. We're going to add those two together, so it's going to be minus 23 equals 2x minus 7. And then I'm going to drag this bad boy here, and this bad boy there. Oh, this needs a tip. So is that. All right, there we go. Now, instead of being 15 here, it's going to be 23, which then equals 16. So we're going to divide by the coefficient, so we get x equals 2. Right, so this one would be x equals 16 divided by 8. Since it was a multiply on this side, comes over, becomes a divide. All right. So Mario Kart Mobile, gems cost $250 for a pack, and subscription is $4.99. So write the equation that displays the cost of buying 1 month subscription and numerous packs. The key there is numerous. We don't know how many packs we're going to buy. So the cost is going to equal, well, we need a subscription first. So subscription is going to be $4.99 plus numerous packs. So 1 pack is $2.50, and we'll times it by P for packs. Therefore, we can just plug in any number of packs there we want and end up with a cost for the month. Now, some people went like this and add an S. And I said that was okay because then you could plug in 1 for subscription since I want 1 month, and then plus P for packs. So now we know that we spend $22.49. So how many packs did he buy? He buys 1 subscription and numerous gems. So how many packs do we need to buy? And just for one person, I forgot a bracket there. So let's take a peek here. So now we know the cost. This is my cost, right? So my cost is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this formula. I'm going to reproduce it here. But we know our cost this time. This cost is $22.49. So it equals 4.99 plus 2.5p. Now let's rearrange. I want to isolate my variables. So I'm going to move over the 499. So it's 22.49 minus 499. Since it's a positive on that side, it's going to become a negative, equals 2.5. Then let me take away that number. 22.49 minus 499. Oops, 22.49 minus 4.99 equals 750. So 7.50 is my answer here. So let's P. 2.5p. Now I need to isolate my letter, so I'm going to divide. I'm going to move that over. So 250 is a multiply. So I'm going to divide it by 2.5. And that's going to give me my p-value. So I know I have 7 packs to purchase. So this question was not an easy one, but I wanted to see how people did with it. If you have something on your test that says redo or look at, I'm going to give you a new one of these to do in class one day. And then you just hand in that answer for your grade. The tough thing here is the language, right? And we did one day in the language. And a lot of people got it, but some people really struggle with it. So the triangle drawn to the right, which is here, has sides that are 4 more than double the length of the base. So what does that mean? So if you think about 4 more would be plus 4. Plus 4. And double the length of the base would be 2b. So 2b plus 4. That's going to be my equation for the side. So if I went down here to label my triangle, as my computer thinks, and it just kicked me over here. So I could label that side like that, and that side like this, and then the base of my triangle is just B. Oh, would you stop it? Good. Then it asked me to write the simplified expression for the perimeter. Okay, so perimeter is just I'm going to add up the outside of my shape. So realistically, it's going to be this, this plus, that's one side. I'm going to add that in again, plus the base. So I went 2b plus 4 plus 2b plus 4 plus b. Now if I collect my like terms, if I collect all my like terms here, I got this, I got this, I got this, and then I have this and this. So now that's 5b plus 8 is my number. So that's my simplified expression. Then it says solve, so I gave it the perimeter of 108. So 5b plus 8 is my equation for the perimeter, and the total of 108 is going to equal 108. Then I can rearrange. So 5b equals, I'm going to move that 8 over, so I'm going to write that down. So there's a positive on one side, so it's going to become a negative on the other side, so 5b equals 100. And then I'm going to figure out, I'm going to divide by the coefficient, divided by 5 equals 20. So b equals 20. So lastly, it tells me to solve for each length of the triangle. Well, the first one's easy. B equals 20. Done. Next one. So the sides are this equation here. So let's plug in the 20 into the equation where b is. Oops. So that equals 40 plus 4, which is going to equal 44. So if I were to redraw this then, this would be 44, this would be 44, and this would be 20. Then my favorite food at Thanksgiving would have to be this. I know a lot of people drew turkey, but mine would have to be, oh, not that big a piece of ham. I'm more of a ham person than that. And if it was a pie, it would have to be this type of pie. I had lots of pie. Where is it? It would have to be a lemon meringue pie for me. Well, I did have a hamburger and a pizza show up, so I don't know about that. There we go. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Take it up. If you have any questions, come see me. And people who might have got an R in application or knowledge, come see me and I'll write you a new one and we can arrange a time where you can upgrade your mark. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day.